find here? What is that restaurant?
Hasam, Middle
Hasam?
Eastern cuisine.
Hasam, di ba sila maging hassle? And actually, we're searching for a food that dapat sana my favorite is, look at the strip of stores right here.
Yeah.
And one of the best part here is the beauty of the bridge.
All right.
And
Where we're supposed to be.
And we're going to talk about something that will bridge you to the other person.
Oh.
Something that will bridge you to the people that you care and love, that
Oh.
you love and you value.
Oh.
But I've heard from this guy in front of me that the baseline, ako nga favorite food ko kung lahat na sana yung base gata, solve na ako eh.
Uh-huh.
But then from this guy right here in front of me, sabi niya, dapat the base should be love. So let's hear it loud and clear. Let's listen to the man.
Mm-hmm.
And there, pre.
All right. If you were to ask me to talk about love, pre, I would rather make it complete by starting with the definition and the anchor of where love should be. Because a lot of people were not guided every time we talk about love, believing that that is a feeling, if not an emotion. When actually, love in its purest and most true sense is, it is a decision. Naguguluhan lang siguro ang iba kung paano nagiging decision si love. But to begin with, let's identify that a feeling is very different from an emotion. Because it takes a thought and a feeling to create an emotion, where love is classified as an emotion. So take note, it's not a feeling, but many people anchored love on a feeling, believing that feelings and emotion are very closely related to each other, if not one. Such that when love is anchored or based on a feeling, the question to ask will be, what if the following day the feeling is gone? So would love be gone along with feeling fading away? That's why the Bible, in its teaching along with science, actually collaborates and intersects if we will treat love as a principle. Because if it is a principle, okay, that is where it qualifies that to love is to decide. It is a decision to love. And that would always happen the moment there's that spark that you spot on someone. There's that quick element of decision right there in that attraction, that you wanted to be so bonded to that person simply because maybe people did not come to notice that the certain quality in the person that they had been attracted to is the very reason or element why they wanted to be with that person. So how do you call that? That is a decision. No, because that is a decision, regardless of what happens along the way. If, let's say, you already become related. Now and then, you know, love is not a walk in the park, and it does not guarantee sunshine all along. It's not spotless and cloudless day, but everything can be thrown out at you because it does not guarantee eternal sunshine. There has to be so many events that may clutter along the way, that will provide you also some challenges in the relationship. But because you've made that decision along with that attraction that you are never aware about, it is that thing that you wanted to really fix your relationship because it was anchored on a decision and never on a feeling. So that no matter how much pissed off you are over your feeling of an attitude of your loved one, yet you are still willing to take her and to fix up the challenge or the miss, because love was anchored on a decision. If it was just based on a feeling, an attraction based on a feeling, you can easily change partner every day, because it never can guarantee you that that feeling will be with you all throughout the rest of your time. But then again, for you to come up with that best decision of yourself in as far as loving or bonding is concerned, we and you being an energetic being, created as a loving creature fresh from the hands of God. That loving bond, which is in a form of emotion, and to simplify in terms of science by how we were advised by the genius of his time, Nikola Tesla, to see the universe in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. And we being an energetic being, that emotions of love is a bond of energy, that we need to connect with someone that we get attracted to in a decision for what quality we have spotted over that person to connect, and that being a decision from an energy coming from an emotion, like how we need to manage the emotion by getting to be aware and conscious about. We also need to be conscious with that energy, because there's a saying that energy can either heal or kill. What I'm saying is, if you wrap up yourself with a healing energy, then you can always influence the person you love and the people around you to heal. But if you have such an energy that destroys, okay, well, you can imagine what is going to be the kind of bonding and relationship you will have with someone. And if you are not aware that that begins with that energy that comes from a thought, especially if the anchor of such relationship, how you see love, is a feeling, that will evaporate the moment you're pissed off by an attitude or something that destroys that energy. Okay, so that is the only thing I can share with you before we go back there for the food that I believe would be by now ready, as we're about to end up the day right here in Il Corso, where we started actually shooting on happiness. So if we may get back to that day, to love is to be happy. This is a happy relationship that comes from an emotion or an energy. That's how we can relate to the world. That aura and that energy that's in us should influence the every person that we get along with in relating. But that relationship to whoever we are in the world will always be a reflection of how we relate ourselves. So it still begins with self-love.
Wow.
Okay? Thank you very much, Bre.
Stop, Pre.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Wow.
I congratulate everyone who's tuning in right now. You've just listened to Education, talking about love. This is Mr. Edsel Cordes bringing us that love should be the baseline. Love, it should not just be a feeling, but a decision.
All right.
Thank you.